Hello everyone. Today I have an inspiring tale straight from the heart of America's tech frontier. It's not just a story for your imagination, but a reminder that in the land of endless innovation, dreams don't code themselves. They're built line by line with grit and genius. This is the story of Silicon Valley Spark, and it shows how one young woman's fire for change can light up the darkest code. In the bustling chaos of Oakland, California, where the Bay Area's glittering skyline loomed like a distant promise, lived 19-year-old Mia Chen. The air hummed with the distant roar of BART trains and the scent of street tacos from food trucks. But for Mia's family, life was a grind scripted in survival mode. Her parents, immigrants from Guangdong province in China, had poured their savings into a tiny nail salon squeezed between a laundromat and a pawn shop. Dad, Wei, spent his days hunched over manicure stations, his fingers calloused from years of precision work. Mom, Li, managed the books at night, her eyes strained under the flicker of a single desk lamp. They shared their cramped two-bedroom apartment with Mia's two younger siblings, 12-year-old brother Kai, who dreamed of video games but settled for library comics, and 8-year-old sister Lena, who idolized Mia like a superhero in a Marvel flick. Mia's dreams were bigger than the fog rolling in from the Golden Gate. She wanted to build an app called Spark Tutor, a platform connecting underserved kids in low-income neighborhoods with affordable on-demand tutors from diverse backgrounds. No more shelling out hundreds for fancy cram schools, just a swipe to match with a mentor who got it, who looked like you, who knew the struggle. Education shouldn't be paywalled, Mia would say, scrolling through stats on her cracked iPhone 7. But dreams in the Bay Area, they came with a startup cost that made Silicon Valley VCS chuckle. One humid evening in July, as the sun dipped behind the Oakland hills, Mia sat cross-legged on the apartment's threadbare carpet, her laptop balanced on a milk crate. Kai and Lena were asleep in the next room, their soft snores a soundtrack to her frustration. She'd just binge-watched a TED Talk on edtech disruptors, her heart racing with possibility. "I could do this," she whispered to the glowing screen. "But how? No fancy CS degree from Stanford, just community college classes squeezed between salon shifts where she helped with walk-ins." Her family was treading water. Last month's rent had come from pawning Mom's wedding earrings. The next morning, over congee and soy milk at the rickety kitchen table, Mia spilled her vision to her dad. Wei paused mid-bite, his chopsticks hovering. "Mia, apps are like fireworks. Pretty, but they explode if you don't handle them right. We barely afford data for your phone. Start small, or you'll burn out." His words stung, but they stuck. Dreams weren't free. They were debugged through trial and error. That afternoon, Mia biked to the Oakland Public Library, her backpack stuffed with a notebook and determination. She claimed a public computer, its fan whirring like an old arcade machine, and dove into free coding tutorials on FreeCodeCamp. Python, then Swift for iOS. Hours blurred into a montage of syntax errors and Stack Overflow rabbit holes. An idea sparked during a late-night YouTube marathon. Prototype first, pitch later. But prototypes needed testing, and testing needed users. Oakland's community centers were gold mines, after-school programs packed with kids like Kai, hungry for help but priced out of options. Mia cold emailed the director of the local YMCA, a no-nonsense woman named Ms. Rivera. "I have an app idea to tutor kids for free in beta. Heart pounding, Mia spent the weekend hammering out a bare-bones MVP on her library machine. Drag and drop matching. Input your grade, subject, and zip code. Get a volunteer tutor via video chat. No frills, just functional. Monday evening, she wheeled her bike into the YMCA gym, where 24 tweens fidgeted on yoga mats. "Hey everyone," Mia said, her voice steadier than she felt. "Imagine homework help that fits in your pocket. Who's game for a test run?" Crickets at first. A boy in braids raised his hand. "Is it free?" "My mom's always working." Mia nodded, demoing a mock session. By the end, 7 kids had signed up for beta invites. Her first users. Word spread like wildfire in dry California brush. Mia hustled, printing flyers on the library's ancient printer, posting in neighborhood Facebook groups, even slipping cards under salon clients' windshields. She coded on the go, bus rides to hackathons at UC Berkeley, where she'd sneak in as a +1 and absorb talks on agile development. Profits? Zilch. She bartered, trading beta access for feedback, like "make it fun, add badges," from a sharp-eyed girl named Jasmine. One night, exhausted after a 14-hour shift sanding acrylics, Mia crashed on the couch, code open on her phone. Lena curled up beside her, whispering, "Sissy, you're gonna make it big, like those app bosses on TV." Mia smiled through the ache. Nothing was free. Not the late nights, not the blisters from bike tires on potholed streets. 2 months in, Spark Tutor had 50 users, buzzing with reviews. Finally, a tutor who speaks Spanglish like me. Mia's confidence glitched into ambition. Time to pitch for seed money. She dusted off her one blazer, thrifted from Goodwill, and biked across the Bay Bridge to a startup mixer in San Francisco's Soma district. The room reeked of venture capital, crisp shirts, craft IPAs, and egos inflated like hot air balloons. Mia cornered a mid-level VC from a firm called Apex Ventures, a slick guy named Trent with a man bun. "Spark Tutor bridges the edtech gap for BIPOC kids," she pitched, sliding him a QR code to her demo. Trent skimmed it, smirking. "Cute. But you're just another kid with an app. Got traction? Metrics? Without a pivot table, this is hobby level." He handed back the phone like it was contaminated. Rejection burned hotter than a server crash. Mia pedaled home in the fog, tears mixing with rain. "Maybe he's right," she told her reflection in the BART window. But Kai overheard her venting to Mom that night. "Sis, Trent's a noob. Your app helped me with fractions. Keep debugging. Kid wisdom." Mia pivoted. No more chasing unicorns. She hit weekend hackathons, trading sleep for sponsors. At one, she met Elena, a Latina dev from Google who mentored her on UI/UX. "Gamify it," Elena said. "Kids love streaks. Turn learning into Fortnite quests." Mia rebuilt. Badges for sessions completed. Leaderboards for top tutors. Even AR filters for virtual high fives. By fall, Spark Tutor hit 200 users, fueled by free beta drops at churches and rec centers. Mia scraped together $500 from salon tips to buy a domain and host on AWS's free tier. Then, the first real revenue. Micro-donations via Stripe. $5 pops from grateful parents. "This is working," she texted Elena at 2 a.m. But Silicon Valley wasn't scripted for smooth sales. Enter the glitch. A cutthroat competitor named EduLink, backed by a $2 million seed from Apex, the same firm that ghosted Mia. Led by Trent's golden boy, a Stanford dropout named Brody, EduLink launched with fanfare, glossy ads on LinkedIn, celebrity endorsements from tech bros. Their twist? AI tutors. Cheap, scalable, but soulless. Why pay for humans when bots do it better? Their pitch deck crowed. Overnight, Mia's signups tanked 40%. Parents whispered about the fancy one. Worse, a data breach at Spark Tutor. Some low-level hacker scraped user emails. Nothing major, but enough for Jasmine's mom to panic and uninstall. Is it safe for my baby? The review bombed on the App Store. Mia felt the code unravel. Sales dipped. She skipped meals to cover hosting fees. One stormy November night, as thunder rattled the apartment windows, she huddled over her laptop, eyes bloodshot. What now? Wei found her there, brewing tea. Daughter, in China, we say a bamboo bends but doesn't break. Fix the leak, then shine brighter. His quiet strength rebooted her. Mia dove into damage control, transparent emails to users. We're patching now. Your trust is our firewall. She audited code with Elena's help, adding end-to-end encryption via open-source libraries, but EduLink's shadow loomed. Brody even poached 2 of her tutors with signing bonuses. Mia's bank account hovered at $23. Rent loomed. Fear glitched in. Dropout? Flip burgers full-time? Number. She remembered the original Spark, those YMCA kids, eyes wide with hope. Pivot again, she muttered. User feedback was her compiler. Make it community-owned. Inspired, Mia launched a TikTok challenge. #SparkYourTutor. Kids filming before-after study glow-ups, tagging friends. One video, a 10-year-old rapping algebra thanks to her match, went viral. 500,000 views overnight. Hashtag snowballed. Influencers from Oakland's hip-hop scene jumped in. Micro-investors sniffed the buzz. At a pivot pitch night in a Jack London Square warehouse, Mia stood under string lights, demoing the gamified update. Spark Tutor isn't just an app. It's a movement. We've got 300 users strong, 20% retention spike post-breach. Invest in real sparks, not AI smoke. A local angel, a black entrepreneur who'd bootstrapped a fintech startup, bit $10,000 for 5% equity. More followed. Crowdfund via Kickstarter hit $25,000 in a week. Fueled by immigrant networks sharing her story on WeChat groups. Winter thawed into spring, and Spark Tutor 2.0 dropped. Integrated with school districts, tutor stipends from grants, even VR study rooms. Users surged to 2,000. Revenue from premium matches covered a part-time dev hire. Mia quit the salon, tears in her parents' eyes. Lena's school report card? Straight A's, courtesy of a Spark match. Kai coded his first game. Inspired. But the ultimate test crashed like a kernel panic. In April, a massive cyberstorm hit the Bay. Ransomware locked EduLink's servers, but Mia's fortified setup held. Her breach lessons paying dividends. Brody's empire crumbled. Users fled to Spark Tutor, drawn by the human touch. You weathered the hack, a parent emailed. That's trust we can't code. By summer, Mia inked a $500,000 seed from a diverse VC fund, earmarking half for scholarships. She funded Kai's coding camp, Lena's art classes, even hired Mom as community liaison. Spark Tutor expanded to LA and NYC, matching 10,000 kids. At the TechCrunch Disrupt keynote, Mia took the stage. From a library PC to lighting up lives, nothing's free in the valley. Not the crashes, not the cold shoulders. But every bug fixed, that's your breakthrough. Mia's journey debugged a truth for dreamers everywhere. In America's innovation engine, code and courage aren't optional. They're the spark that boots up brighter futures. One line at a time, she proved. Hack the hustle, and the world logs in.